I'm working on David Dunbar Buick. From him, most of General Motors sprang.
Meet Joe Rundle, an accomplished engraver who sculpts many familiar names.
When I'm starting out, usually what I do is I actually go by my own face. Of course, if I did all of me in it, it would be Joe Rundle instead of David Buick. I've got a number of pictures around to look at, and then I make corrections using those pictures. The only thing bad about the pictures are that, as far as we know, there's only 7 pictures exist.
David Buick died in 1929 nearly penniless, and through Joe's research, he knew just where to place each and every detail.
I made a pair of glasses for him, just like he wore. This is what David Buick looked like in most people's eyes.
He's sculpting up to 7 more statues, including one you may have heard of, Mr. Louis Chevrolet.
He had a terrible temper.
Chevrolet was an interesting man, standing nearly 6'2", and he always wore a 3-piece suit and a duster when he raced. He even won the Indy 500. William Durant and Louis Chevrolet partnered up to make a new automobile, but ultimately had a dramatic falling out. Joel recalls what Durant said.
You can leave, but the name stays.
From Joe's workshop in Vienna Township, here we are in Clarkson at the Fine Arts Sculpture Center. We're watching Mr. Chevrolet get bronzed. First off is making the mold. This is a process that takes 4 to 5 days.
Let's go into here. This is where the waxes are actually made. So we dip the wax in there, and then we bring it over here when it's wet, and we dip it in this sand. And then it's hung to dry over here.
Once the wax is exposed, they place it in a burnout furnace at 350 degrees for 10 to 12 minutes.
So once the shell is in the burnout furnace, being fired at 1800, the metal to melt to 2100 degrees in order for us to pour it. Then we have to get in that furnace with our suits on. We remove the shell and put it in this container here. It gets pretty hot.
After it's poured, they sandblast it to get all the rough edges off, and everything that was wax is now metal.
These are a set of glasses for David Buick.
The Louis Chevrolet statue will be unveiled on Back to the Bricks Week.